Okay, this is Gabby, and she reacts when she hears a sound like this. Open it all the way and close it. That little latch at the end is what she normally reacts to, correct?
I think it's the opening and the closing. I think right now she might know what's going on a little bit.
Okay. Because she knows who it is, but normally that sound happens right before somebody comes in the gate. Mm-hmm. And so she already, because of lack of rules and structure, she thinks her job is to be a security dog. So when that's her tip, we're about to be invaded. Mm-hmm. And then that puts her on alert. And then she barks to protest, hey, don't come in, don't open the door, I don't want you to be there. So what we'd want to do, I'm going to probably just pantomime this because she's not reacting. Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to do is, I'm filming this so you guys can watch this later. I'm going to give you about 3 treats or 4 treats. So what I want you to do is, we're going to pantomime this. So what we would normally do is you'd have somebody out by the gate, but without hanging out in here, so she doesn't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And they text you when they get there, and they're hiding behind the box out in front by the courtyard. What you're going to do is be on the phone with them so you can actually do this in real world, because you want to be able to react. So what we're going to do is counterconditioning. To do counterconditioning, what we want to do is we want to be providing a positive reinforcer to the dog when before a negative stimulus happens. In this case, the negative stimulus is the sound at the door. Mm-hmm. So what we do is go ahead and let her start chewing on it, and I would have the person out there, and they're on the phone with me. I would say, okay, as soon as I say a number, I want you to open it. 3, and they open the gate. Now, because we're far away from the gate, it's not as intense for her. And she's already having this treat delivered. Mm-hmm. So what we want, this is classical conditioning, what we want to have happen is every time the gate opens, she's having this treat delivered before she hears the gate. And then when the gate closes, you take away the treat or pop the rest of it in her mouth, preferably take it away. Okay. So she only hears that when she has a treat being delivered. And then you have the person, and then you tell them, okay, let's do that again. And they open it again. Now, for her, maybe she only does it the first time it opens, and after that, if somebody's come in, she's like, okay, it's somebody messing with the gate. Well, then we just have the person come by. It'd be great if you have a neighbor, so they can come by without actually coming in. Open the gate once. You're delivering the treat first, and then they go, and then and maybe when it closes as well. But again, we're delivering the high value reinforcer first, then the stimulus happens, and once the stimulus concludes, the high value reinforcer goes away. Okay. Because she wants the person to go away. That's her end result. And so if she barks and then they leave, then she gets what she wants. When they're coming in the gate, she doesn't want them to do that.
One treat could do this.
Well, it'll have to be repeated. But in your situation, but multiple different encounters. Yeah. But eventually what she'll start to do is associate, just like Pavlov's dog started to associate whenever the bell rang, food was about to be delivered. Well, for her, every time this thing happens, food is being delivered in my mouth. After a while, they'll become analogous, and then she'll be like, can we get more people to go to the gate? Because every time we go to the gate, one of you guys shoves a treat in my mouth, and I like the treats in my mouth. Now we took this from her thinking this is a negative of being about to be invaded, half the time this happens, nobody even comes in the gate, but I always get the guaranteed treat. Does that make sense?
What about when we're not home in that gate?
When you're not home, that's where we want to do maintenance. Ideal situation, we would not want to have her be around anytime the gate opens. Now, you could also do other things like, put a little bit of a sign, right at your door. Please be kind to the neighbors and be quiet. Gate is loud. Please be quiet. Close gate slowly. Or you might get some 10W40 and put that on it so it doesn't squeak as much. You can do some things like that to maintain it.
And when random people do come in that, it's not pantomimed, then do we still reinforce her with a
but then treat? You're not going to probably, unless you can see it coming, you're not going to see it. It's going to open. If you give her so if it opens and she starts reacting, you give her the treat, you're rewarding her reaction.
Oh, God.
So we wouldn't want to do that.
So, we're going to have to do this. When you say repeatedly, what are we talking?
Well, every dog is a little bit different, but it's amazing how quickly, if you get good timing, how quickly it happens, and then she stops reacting to it. Okay. And then she, like I said, it's a good thing. So I would just say, hey, if you got friends that live in Venice that are nearby, and then you're on your way to the beach, can you text us when you get to our door, just on your way to surf? You just stop. You're walking down our street anyways. Can you stop and just text me? I'll be ready. Yeah. And then you're ready, and okay, go ahead, man. Swings it open, you're getting the treat, and then the person closes it, and they keep on walking by, so they don't even come in. So right now, she hears the sound, and then it's followed by somebody coming in, invading their territory. Mm-hmm. Well, now it happens, and I'm getting a high-value treat, and nobody comes in. So now I have less of a reason to be guarding, and more of a reason to like them being here because I'm getting treats. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so the whole cortisol thing is going down.
Yeah.
As the time.
Because she doesn't
Yeah.
hear the sound as a trigger to be alerting. She
Right.
hears the sound as a trigger of something good is about to happen.
And is it going to be different if it's pantomime because the person doesn't actually come in? Because now...
It's almost like I talked about off camera earlier. When our dog doesn't know how to deal with the situation, we want to recreate the situation, but we want to strip away several layers. So we're only dealing with one aspect of it.
Okay, so we
to help
don't
them
want
make
the person
confidence.
to come all the way
No,
in.
because that's part of why she reacts. Is she doesn't want any. She wants more space. So, but the trigger, the sound of the gate doesn't mean it isn't the same thing as people coming in, but it's associated with people coming in. Well, now we're disassociating or desensitizing it.
Okay.
So the gate opens, but nobody comes in. So now there's less of a reason to be reactive when the gate comes, and even more or less of a reason because when I hear the sound of the gate, not only does nobody not come in, but I get the best treat I've ever had.
Yeah.
And so I like that sound. Let's get that sound going more and more often. And then after a while, she'll hear the sound and won't even react. If you do it enough, she might hear that sound and start drooling as if she wanted my treats.
Yeah.
Before we get anything else, I keep these relatively short. We're about 6 minutes, so I'll answer any questions off camera. But these are some tips and tricks on how you can use counter conditioning to stop a dog from reacting when he hears a gate. Right, Gabby? Yeah.